Alaska is not a place for the weak of heart. It's a place where only the strong survive. The ones who truly believe and understand how powerful we can be as one. The seawolf is a creature that it is said, if you hear its howl, it will bring you great luck and prosperity. For 40 years, we were lucky enough to hear its great howl far and wide. A new day has now dawned. New challenges lie ahead. We will face these challenges together as one. One city, one team, one university. Now join me in welcoming the new era of Seawolf hockey.
Welcome to the Seawolf Sports Complex on the University of Alaska Anchorage campus for Game 2 of the weekend series with UAA and UNLV, here with Coach Matt Shasby. And Matt, first and foremost, it's the Seawolf Pink Out night, and right now the auction for the jerseys the guys will be wearing in tonight's game, already more than $4,000 raised. If you look at the online bids for the American Cancer Society, kind of your general thoughts on what this night means and the importance of that number right now.
Yeah, it's a great moment to be a part of. Again, one of the main reasons the Seawolf hockey program is back is just its connection to the community. And as many nights as we can participate in like this, we're all up for it. One of my good buddies growing up, Will Magnuson, with his oncology group in town sponsoring the night. And this kind of came from a conversation with him early on this summer when we were trying to find sponsors for each game night, and he raised his hand very quickly. And coming up with some pink jerseys to put on for auction is just a great opportunity for our community to come together for a great cause, and very happy about it.
Yeah, have any of the players we're talking about their parents being on those bids already or anything like that? Heard any stories yet?
No, I just know there's a pretty heated battle for Helgeson's jersey right now.
He does have the most. Yeah,
I think he's up to 20 bids, and that's a great thing, hometown kid, and that's the benefits of being the hometown guy.
As for what we saw on the ice last night, obviously, there was a type of game you were quoted with me saying it. You were quoted in some of the other publications around town about kind of the game almost these guys needed after a few months of really hard work. And kind of what did you see on the ice? What do you hope to see continue tonight?
Yeah, I saw some guys that maybe were able to do some things that they hadn't up to this point. We were able to put some freshmen on the ice for the power play, and they were able to execute, and so that was great to see. But I was very impressed with UNLV's compete, especially just going into that third period and the fact that they just kept skating and made it a competitive game overall. I just felt we were pretty opportunistic. And we got great goaltending from Jared Whale. And so that was, I think, one of the biggest things we got out of that game is letting Whale get some game minutes. And we're very excited about him moving forward.
Well, I wanted to get your reaction to this because there's some keyboard warriors out there. They're questioning, hey, if UAA is back, why are they playing UNLV? Why are they playing club teams at this point in their comeback and the resurgence? Kind of what's the general response to that? Because I think I know the answer, but I'm curious what you would say.
Yeah, it's just the education of trying to grow college hockey in the West. When I first got the job and I was building a schedule, it was who's the closest to becoming the next team in college hockey, or whether it's Division III or it's Division I club hockey like UNLV is we'll play them, we'll bring them up here, we'll help their athletic department grow their understanding of Division I hockey, and hopefully someday in the next 2 to 3 years that we'll see UNLV as an NCAA Division I hockey team.
It wouldn't be a pregame interview. I didn't ask about the goaltending situation tonight. Who will we see and for how long?
Joy Lamoureux will start, and then we'll split halfway through the second. Nolan Kent will come in, and not a whole lot different than the Western Michigan game, the first game of the year.
And then after this, you go on this kind of odyssey of this 8-game road trip from back to the Midwest to Air Force, Arizona State. Kind of, we touched on a little bit last night, but kind of your thoughts on what that's going to mean to this crew over the long haul.
Yeah, it's just a chance for our kids to really come together early on. When you're on the road, it's just you're with each other 24 hours a day. You're put in hostile environments, and hopefully we can get a couple wins out of the road trip and build on it. And again, try and really gear up for that 4-game series against UAF before Christmas break. And these next 8 games are going to help us get to a point where I think we can be successful in those games.
First year head coach, couple home games in. How do you like these pregame interviews?
They're good. It's nice and comfy here in the War Room and in the Seawolf Sports Complex. I'm looking forward to many more of them.
Thanks a lot, Matt. We'll be back with first period action, UNLV and UAA, right after this.
Good evening. This is UAA Seawolves hockey coming to you live from the Seawolf Sports Complex on the campus of the University of Alaska Anchorage. I'm David Tuttle, joined by Matt Nevela. Matt, everything's pink tonight.
As it should be on Seawolf Pink Out Night. A great idea, great work behind it. The idea being here, let's raise some money for the American Cancer Society, while the Seawolves hope to put on another similar show like it did last evening. It's 8-0 exhibition victory.
And last night, obviously a difference in competition than what the Seawolves saw the first couple of weeks when they were playing Western Michigan and Colorado College. And UNLV comes in as a member of the ACHA Division I, so a Division I club hockey team. And UAA did what they needed to do last night, put 8 goals on the board, but also they played a smart game. And what these do is it gives UAA a chance to maybe work on some things that you can't necessarily work on in practice. You can do it in a game-like situation with the games like these.
We've heard Matt Shasby say it last night here in the pregame chat with him. Same thing, rolling 4 lines. The guy's going to play penalty kill minutes, power play minutes they hadn't played before. And also the importance of the mission right now for UA is to lay the groundwork to increase the volume of teams playing in the western portion of the United States. So that's only going to help down the line. And case in point, that's why a Division I team is playing a club team in 2 games this weekend.
Yeah, it's not just to try and beat up on a lowly opponent to try and increase the stats, nothing like that. It definitely does serve a purpose. So we are underway. Puck in the UNLV zone right now, carried by Caleb Strong behind his own net. He's watched down there by Ben Almquist. He will take the puck away momentarily and able to keep it in the zone. Nicely done by Jared White. Thrown down into that right wing corner. Scrum of 4 players there. And it comes free on the stick of Jamie Collins. Momentarily feed out front to White. Quick save made by Landon Pavilson in the pipes tonight for UNLV. Saw him a little bit last night. Played very well in the second half of that game for UNLV. Only gave up 2 goals, but he faced a lot of shots. So he should definitely be ready to go after last night. Seawolves with the puck coming out of their own end. Gilson starting to play ahead. Puck handed off to Caleb Height down that right wing board. He skates it into the corner, throws it down behind the net, looking for Gomez. Gets through him, but Brandon LaJoy is there to help him out. He's tied up on the board by a pair of Rebels over there. Puck finally comes loose, and UNLV controls behind their own net. Puck chipped up the boards. Not very far, though, as the Seawolves in to cut it off. With it, Gilson gets it down to Gomez. Throws a shot in, or a pass in front, and that's deflected up over the stick of LaJoy, and UNLV has it back out to center. Seawolves, though, Gilson with it on his tape. Reverses into his own end, trying to get away from the pressure of Batusov. And finally, the Seawolves back out to center ice. Max Helgeson carries over the line, tries to center, broken up nicely there by the Rebels. Puck passed ahead to Batusov, and he deflects it into the Seawolf end. Helgeson gets it back for UAA, turn right back over to Batusov, who throws it around behind the Seawolf net. Puck thrown towards the goal by Flanders, and that's deflected out of the zone by the Seawolves. Thrown right back in by UNLV. A race between Flanders and Davis Gockler. Gockler throws it behind the net, and it's chipped back out to center. Matt Allen trying to chase that one down. He does get to it. Pass goes behind Helgeson, but the puck's in deeper into the zone. Connor Cole right there. Rebels turn it behind their own net. And it's Kozubud throwing one towards the goal, but it's cut off by UNLV, and they'll send it back up the ice. Puck played by a high stick, so we're going to have a whistle and a face-off here in the Seawolf zone. 17:10 to go in period number 1. We are scoreless.
Second night in a row with a local officiating crew with Scott Sivelich and Josh Ellis as the referees, and our linesman tonight, Derek Scoggins. Taking in for Louis Imbriani tonight is Chad Colliander.
Off the draw, shot never got through to Joey Lamoureux, who's in the pipes tonight, at least at the beginning for UAA. Jared Whale, the freshman, got the chance to start last night, played very well. We expect to see Nolan Kent for a little bit of action tonight as well. UNLV back in the zone after a turnover. Pass in front by the Rebels. Didn't connect cleanly. And we're going to get it chased down on that far board. UNLV sends it back around the Seawolf net. And there is Belitsky pulling it away from Brandon Fellig. Seawolves trying to complete a line change, as are the Rebels. And it's Darby. Long pass ahead right up the middle. Not being able to catch that one cleanly, though, was Jamie Collins. If he would have caught that, he would have been in all by himself. Rebels back out to the neutral zone. Caleb Strong carries ahead and flips it into the Seawolf zone. Cut off by Derek Hamlin. He backhands it around the board to Jared White. White gives off to Ben Almquist into the UNLV zone. He goes. Puck goes back to Bamber. It's stolen away from him and in on the breakaway. That was Jack Kennedy, but nice hustle by Bamber to get back and take away any scoring opportunity. Not even getting a shot off there was Kennedy. Hamlin throws it back around behind the net to Bamber. Off the wall, he goes with it back through the neutral zone. UNLV recoils in their own end. Puck sent ahead to the far wall, and into the zone come the Rebels. Pass is broken up momentarily. UNLV, though, still in control with Jensen. Riley Jensen trying to feed that one out in front. That pass is broken up, and it rolls back behind the Seawolf net. Taking a hit for his efforts down there is Almquist. Puck thrown towards the net, and Joey Lamoureux gets a stick on that and sends it into the corner. UNLV pressing a little bit harder than we saw last night, coming out early on. Shot thrown deep into the zone by Mazzillo. And UAA still unable to clear the zone, kept alive by the Rebels. It's Wyatt now on the left wing board. Wyatt throws a shot on goal. Lamoureux stick save. UNLV still controls. Deep in that corner it goes. UNLV changing lines behind the play. Seawolves take the puck away, and they'll be able to hopefully get out of the zone. And finally they do so. Brandon LaJoie deflects that one deep into the UNLV zone. For those of you that turned off the baseball game to watch us, as you should have, Houston has just taken the lead over Seattle, and I believe they're in the 18th now.
Top of the 18th inning, solo home run from Jeremy Pena puts the Stros on the board.
Matt
puts
Allen
someone on the board.
To Gilson, deflected in front by, I believe that was Carson Kozaba down there, and the save made by Landon Pavilson. 14:07 to go in period number one. We are scoreless.
So as we mentioned, it is Seawolf Pink Out Night here, and the commemorative jerseys the Seawolves wearing are up for bid right now. If you go to Seawolf Fifth Line on any of your social medias, you can find the link to bid. Bidding closes at 8 o'clock local time, about an hour and 25 minutes from now.
Love those jerseys. I really like the socks as well. So I'd like to get a pair of those if I could.
Check that, hour and 45 minutes from now.
Helgeson gives off to Merritt coming up the left wing wall. His shot deflected over the net. Matt Allen gathers it in and takes a big hit on that right half wall, Shot by Gockler there, blocker to side. Gockler has it back on his tape once again. Tries to go cross ice with it. That pass is broken up. And it'll be the Rebels coming through center ice, and chipping it into the zone was Gallant. Finley with it for the Seawolves behind his own net. And the long pass ahead to Allen is chipped into the UNLV end. Allen still on that puck with a little bit of help down there. He's ridden hard into the wall. And we've got a penalty coming up. I believe this is going to be on the Rebels. And there's our whistle and some hurt feelings down there, as you might expect. 13:09 to play in our first period, and we'll have our first penalty of the game.
Interesting to observe there, Josh Ellis, a local referee positioned by the goal line, didn't call it. Scott Sivelich at center ice. He's the one who is going to call it on 23, 22. Alec Johnson.
Alec Johnson. There we go.
A 5-minute.
Check from behind.
Check from behind.
All right, so that's a biggie.
So again, if UA wants to use this time to get some minutes, power play minutes for some kids who don't normally get them, now is the extended time to do that with a 5-minute major.
And a bit of a change in the rule. In the past, that 5-minute major would carry an automatic game misconduct with it. Not so much anymore. That's up to officials' discretion.
I believe originally UA led the universe in getting those 5-minute game misconduct. 5-minute
Yes.
majors. The game seemed to happen every game. Any game that I was paying attention to.
Off the draw, Seawolves control at the blue line. Kozabud gives off to Cole. Back to Kozabud. Gives off to Darby. Cross-ice pass looking for Cole. Went behind him. Cole goes down low with it. Trying to center that pass, but unable to do so. UAA trying to regain possession. Rebels, though, take it away, and they're going to send it all the way down the ice. Kozabud back to gather it in for the Seawolves. And he will give off up the left wing boards. Pass deflected up in the air, but chipped back into the zone by Matt Johnson. Puck comes up that wall, and UNLV able to clear out one more time all the way down the ice. Lamoureux out of his net to hold up. Ends up turning it over onto the stick of Batusev. And a chance there out in front. Kozabud able to get back and help defend his net. UAA coming ahead into the pass into the skates of Collins. Walking in, shot save made by Lamoureux on a shot by Brandon Fellig. Shorthanded opportunity there for the Rebels. Now it's Collins up the left wing boards for the Seawolves. Collins across the UNLV blue line, still coming with it. Collins hangs on. He's going to spin in the corner. Give off to Almquist. Almquist turns right back down with it, looking for Jared White. White back to the point to Bamber.
Oops.
Now it's Almquist. He fumbled it. UNLV able to get it down the ice one more time. Power play down to 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. 11 and a half to go here in our first period. We are scoreless. Brett Bamber now up the right wing boards across the UNLV blue line. Bamber filters it down low to Gomez behind the UNLV net. Puck comes back to the point. Hamlin tried to leave a pass off there for LaJoie. That didn't connect, and the Rebels have it all the way back out into the neutral zone. UAA trying one more time. Caleb Height this time runs into traffic at the blue line, able to get the puck in deep though. Gomez down there for UAA, gets it back to Caleb Height. Hamlin now on the blue line, back to Height. Height trying to go cross ice to LaJoie. Pass is broken up. The Seawolves, though, able to maintain control. Sent all the way down, and it rolls all the way back to the far point. Kept alive, LaJoie. Pass to Hamlin. His shot rockets wide of the net. Gilson has it on his stick now. The right wing half wall. Goes down low to Gomez. Try to turn and stuff that one home. Pavilson with the save there, and the puck rolls into that far corner. UNLV can't control. Gilson gives off. Takes a return feed. Still with it is Gilson. Fakes the shot. Still coming with it. Goes behind the UNLV net. Back to the point he goes. Osborne. Hands off. Shot blocked off the stick of Brandon LaJoie. Didn't get through. Down low is Gomez. Trying to pull that one free. Not able to do so. And the Rebels have it cleared one more time. Down to 1:45 left on this Seawolf power play. And we are just under 10 minutes played, or to play, in this first period. Now it's Gockler starting things from behind his own net. Seawolves enter the zone on the left wing board. Skating with it is, I think that was Dylan Finley skating with that one. I was going to say Helgeson, but it looked like a 6 on there, not a 3. Rebels regain possession. They're going to play a little bit of four corners here to try and kill a little bit more of that time. Now the puck's sent all the way down on Lamoureux. He holds it up for Gockler, who will start things back up for UAA. Gockler runs into traffic. Batusev almost with the steal. Seawolves, though. Max Helgeson across the blue line, and he hangs on. Helgeson has it poked off his stick. Matt Allen back there trying to keep it alive. Can't do so. and it is sent down once again by UNLV. This 5-minute major here, Seawolves only have one shot on goal during it. Rebels also have one. So good job on the PK here for UNLV during this 5-minute major that has 30 seconds left in it. Seawolves start again from behind their own net. Cutting through center ice and across the blue line, and hanging on with it is Matt Johnson. He goes behind the UNLV net. Pass banked off the wall, back to the point. Thrown in towards the net. Johnson with an opportunity. Scratch that. That was Belitsky with the opportunity. Shut down by Pavilson. And that's going to do it for the Seawolf power play as we are back to 5-a-side. UAA one shot on goal with that man advantage. So definitely not what you wanted to see out of that.
Credit UNLV.
But credit UNLV.
Really, yeah, with really caving in front of the net, in front of Pavilson, and making it life hard on Seawolves to not really find any open lanes to go through. A common refrain as we have seen game after game.
Yeah, UNLV tonight doing a good job of taking away a lot of the time and space that UAA saw last night. So we'll see if they can maintain that. Puck's sent all the way down the ice. Icing is waved off. Bamber is back to play it for UAA. He's behind his net, watched by Tinling of the Rebels. Puck's up the right wing boards to Almquist. Goes cross ice with it, but it deflects up and out of play. 7:21 left in period one. We've got a break. We'll be right back with more Seawolf hockey in just a few moments.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the
Welcome back to Anchorage. Scoreless, 7:21 to play in our first period. UAA and UNLV. UAA, honestly, they look like watermelons tonight.
Which isn't necessarily a bad color look.
Yeah.
Hey, one lineup change with the Seawolves tonight. If you look over on the bench, assistant coach Kevin Murdoch not here tonight. I believe he's off potentially recruiting future Seawolves. So just Mr. Shasby, Mr. Stewart, and Director of Hockey Ops Aaron McFeeters along back there this evening.
Good catch.
Oh, we're getting some sort of ice/equipment issue because they're looking for something to repair something with that. Got a shovel, so we're getting some ice, maybe a barren spot. Putting Chad Colander to work behind the UNLV net. Second ever meeting between these two schools. Like we said, UNLV potentially, possibly, maybe one of these days making the jump up to NCAA Division I play. Again, if you're UA, you can only hope and pray that's what happens with them and a number of other Western-based schools as we kind of redevelop this version 2.0, as we have affectionately called it, game after game, shift after shift.
Yeah, it would be great to see. College hockey is so heavily based in the Midwest and the East. Schools west of the Mississippi that have hockey programs are, Arizona State, Air Force, the two Colorado schools, CC in Denver. Well, I guess Air Force is a Colorado school too. And then Alaska's. So take a look at some out-of-town scores while we can. Air Force knocked off Lindenwood today 5-3. Last night they got into a shootout. Was it 7-6?
And I believe it was 6-2 Air Force at some time, and Lindenwood came back in their first home varsity Division I game.
Those are games you hate to lose if you're Air Force. Connecticut knocked off Ohio State 6-1 tonight. Connecticut's a team that UAA will see a little bit down the road. Maine falls to Bentley tonight 5-1. Omaha Lake Superior State skate to a 4-4 overtime tie. If we have an opportunity, we'll throw some more scores your way a little bit later on. But now we are back to live action, and it's Gilson. Puck on his stick, sends it deep into the Rebels' end. All the way around to Collins. He throws it back into that left wing corner. Almquist had the puck taken off of his stick, sent back around, but Gilson keeps it alive for UAA, and going to have a puck played with a high stick, so that's going to bring the face-off. I think they're going to bring that one all the way down to the UAA end. It was off of William Gilson, I believe, so that'll bring the face-off back down.
Oh, now they're changing their mind and going to the neutral zone.
Either way, I knew it wasn't going to be in the UNLV end. Shots on goal right now, UAA has 6, UNLV with 3. Played just hit the 13-minute mark of period number 1. Puck sent deep into the Rebels' end. Finley gets it down low to Almquist. He tries to go behind the net. That pass is broken up. Davis Gockler stepping in, trying to keep that alive for UAA. It does come out on the stick of a Seawolf. Not for long, though. UNLV chips that one away, and they're back out to center ice. Jack Kennedy carries ahead and gets it deep into the Seawolf end. Trying to chase that one down is Flanders for the Rebels. Puck sent back to the point, and then shot goes wide off the stick of Batusov. Pass too far for Jared White, though. His wheels got him down there to avoid any icing play. UNLV right back out of the zone. Bamber collects just in front of his own net. And the Seawolves back through center ice. Caleb Height can't hold on to that one. And the Rebels once again into the Seawolf end. 2-on-2 they come in. Shot save made by Joey Lamoureux. Nice opportunity there for the Rebels coming off the stick of Paxton Malone. Just caught that pass, stepped in, and took that shot from the right wing circle. So let's take a break. 6:03 to play, period 1. We'll be right back.
It's okay to make a change, to need a new direction, to be the new kid on the block. We all find ourselves at a point in our lives where we're unsure about what's next. You can find it at the University of Alaska Anchorage. Whether you're looking for a career change, a community, or just a fresh start, we have those answers for you and more. Discover what's next at UAA. Apply today.
Term. The net off its
Moorings.
Exactly.
Yep.
We like stanchion and we like moorings around here.
Haven't had a lot of moorings issues these first couple of weekends here.
So far, so good here at the home and rink.
Face off deep in the Seawolf end to the right of goaltender Joey Lamoureux. Off the draw, Seawolves control. Gilson, backhand pass ahead, and the Seawolves will carry out to center ice, and across the blue line is Connor Merritt. Gets a little bit of help there from Matt Allen, and Merritt feeds back to Allen. Backhand shot saved by Pavilson. Gilson shot towards the net, and that one goes wide. Kept in nicely by Osborne. Good hustle play by him to keep that alive. Puck now tied up in that corner. Allen comes out with it. He gets tripped. Penalty coming up on UNLV. Helgeson feeds the puck back to the point. Now it's Gilson on the right side. Back across to Osborne. Feed in front. Shot fanned on. Believe that was Matt
White.
Johnson.
No, Matt Johnson. You're right.
And UAA now forced back into the run end. Joey Lamoureux is out of the net. UAA skating with the extra attacker right now. And it's into Connor Merritt. He runs into traffic, and we're going to get our whistle and our penalty call. Penalty will come at 15:07. Guessing that's going to be a trip.
That's what it looked like to be, number 21.
That is Jason DeMizio, and yes, it is a trip.
Shortly before the trip, you saw one of UA's best clean looks so far tonight. again, that kind of horse race hasn't really started yet that we saw just kind of start with one and then just went from there. So maybe they just need to find that one play to break the proverbial ice.
Off the draw, puck down deep in the UNLV zone, but not for long as the Rebels able to gather control and send that all the way down the ice. Lamoureux out of his net. He plays that off to Hamlin, who gives over to Bamber. It'll be Hamlin now setting things up from behind his own net. And Bamber up the right wing board, chips it deep into the zone. Connor Cole chasing it down for the Seawolves. He runs into some traffic, and that puck ricochets all the way back down into the Seawolf end. Minute 20 left on the Seawolf power play. Bamber fumbles it dangerously close to that right goal post. Fortunately, he was able to gather it back in. And now carried ahead by Bamber across the center stripe. He'll dump it deep into the zone. Pavilson out there to try and help his defenseman. And the Rebels send it all the way down the ice one more time. 53 seconds left in the man advantage. 3:45 to go here in our first period. We have no score. Coming through center now are the Seawolves. Off Davis Gockler's stick, and UAA forced back out to center. Finley fans on the clearing attempt, and he's able to gather that back in and circle deeper into his own end. Finley across the center ice line, carries across the blue line, leaves off for Gilson. Gilson over to Almquist, and the pass goes down low. Almquist takes a return feed. Now it's Finley. Over to Gilson at the right half wall. Gilson into the circle. Pass across, too hot for Almquist to handle. He'll take that off the wall. Down low to Collins. Now it's White. White goes back out to Almquist to Finley. Back to Almquist. Top of the circle to White. White walks in. Shot never got on goal cleanly. And that's going to do it for the power play. So UAA over 2 with the man advantage. Shot save made by Pavilson. And the puck is cleared into the corner by the Rebels. Puck takes a hop off that stanchion, and here comes UNLV. Chance walking in, shot save made by Lamoureux. Another good chance for DeMizio that time. But Lamoureux slams the door and keeps this game scoreless.
Going back to that UAA power play, again, a lot of credit going to UNLV, which is doing nothing flashy on the penalty kill, actually doing the complete opposite by just keeping it in close, in near the blue ice, and just kind of having that four-man box clog up the whole slot area. Say, hey, UA, have the perimeter all you want.
Shot off the draw, saved by Lamoureux. Score by the Rebels. Off the rebound, Joey Lamoureux made the initial save.
I think it's Jason DeMizio on the rebound.
And DeMizio, who was robbed just a minute ago, comes back to put the Rebels on top. Goal comes at 17:28 of period number 1.
So just kind of a mass of humanity in front of the net. UA unable to clear.
Looks like it'll be Jensen getting 1 assist, and the defenseman there, I didn't pick the number, he would have gotten the secondary. So my score sheet looks a lot like it did last night, except it's all UNLV instead of UAA. Penalties and goals. Rebels come ahead now. Cut off at the blue line. But gathering it back in and turning it ahead is UNLV. Pass towards Strong. That's broken up. Rebels right back in, though. Shot saved by Lamoureux, and then the rebound is poked wide. UNLV buzzing a little bit down here in the Seawolf end. I say that, and they turn it over to Connor Merritt, who's up through center ice. He gains the blue line to Matt Allen. Shot sticked aside by Pavilson, and the Rebels right back out up that far wing. Walking in is Caleb Strong. Tries a move, but he gets cut off down there. And it's Bamber trying to come out of the corner. We've got a couple of players tied up. Caleb Strong, and I'm guessing that's probably both. Derek Hamlin?
Yep.
Yeah. And looks like we're going to have matching minors right here.
So, we talked about these exhibition games kind of offering up these different opportunities, if you will, these different times of life. Well, here's one UAA, you're down 1-0 to a noted club team. You got a kind of a hole you better dig yourself out of real quick. So again, that kind of pressure is interesting that they'll have to first accept that and then kind of dig themselves out of it.
Absolutely. And again, like we've said a couple of times, credit UNLV. They've kept it simple. They're not running around. They're taking away time and space from UAA as much as they can. And they've gotten some good goaltending tonight. Pavilson has been very good. He picks up where he left off last night.
Well, I think it's clear that they made the adjustment just to say, hey, we're going to just keep this very 4-point box area in the defensive end and not really give UA any room to roam. And yet, so far, the Seawolves really haven't had any, maybe 1 or 2 real clean looks. And that's really sad to say given the extended power play time.
Yeah,
by
7
UA.
minutes of power play time in this first period. Jared White with it on his tape. He's across center ice, still with it, knocked down hard and cleanly. That was a good play by Hunter Mazzillo. And then UNLV's pass ahead. That's not going to go for icing. They're going to wave that off. And maybe getting away with a little bit of a cross-check there was Gilson. So back up to Jared White now once again. He blows a tire out the blue line. UNLV takes over. Cross ice pass, and the Rebels are right back into the neutral zone and coming ahead with it. Fended off nicely there on the play. I believe that was Jack Kennedy. Scratch that, Hunter Mazzillo one more time. Now UNLV trying to gain the zone. Unfortunately, they ice the puck, so that's going to bring the faceoff all the way back down into the the UAA end with 37.5 seconds left in our first period. 1-0, Rebels on top. Skating 4-on-4 right now for the next 101. The penalties that were called, it was UNLV Caleb Strong for a hold, UAA Derek Hamlin for a rough. Off the draw, UAA controls coming out from behind their own net. It's Gilson. Goes far side with the pass to Almquist, and it's back to Gilson. He's got friends wearing white jerseys down there, and it's going the other way now. Max Helgeson gathers it back in, and turning it right back up is Connor Merritt. Merritt tries to go wide, does so, tries to feed a pass through, but it's into the skates. Merritt has it back on his tape. Now it's Helgeson, feeds to Bamber. Shot save made by Pavilson. Rebound shot goes wide of the net. And we are down to 1 second, and that's it. First period is in the books. And I tell you what, give UNLV a lot of credit. They came to play tonight, and they played pretty darn well in that first period. We already mentioned UAA had 7 minutes of power play time in that period, including a 5-minute major, and not able to accomplish anything. UNLV did a great job on the penalty kill, and they got some very good saves from goaltender Landon Pavilson. He came in last night halfway through and played pretty darn well, and he's picked up where he left off a night ago. Shots on goal through one period, 11 for UAA, 8 for UNLV, but the only count that really matters right now, like I said earlier, UNLV up 1-0 after 20 minutes of play. So we're going to throw it down to Matt. He is down rinkside, and he's going to grab Trevor Stewart as they round the glass. Still trying to get all the players off the ice. That creates a logjam down there at that corner because both teams have to exit through the same door. So you have to get one team off the ice, make sure there's no shenanigans, and then get the other team off the ice. second period for about 24 seconds as Caleb Strong and Derek Hamlin serve out the rest of their coincidental minors.
Looking at some highlights from the first period here as the teams come back out onto the ice for the second period.
And, you know, save there by Pavilson. He was really good in that first period. And a chance here for UNLV.
Again, you said one thing about not being real happy. Well, this just in, hockey coaches, generally speaking, are never happy. So
here's a look at that lone goal real quick, too. Sorry to cut you off there. But, no, you're right. Absolutely.
But this offers a very intriguing moment for the Seawolves. I mean, it's, you know, the boat race kind of just started and went for them last night. Maybe they got caught up thinking that was just going to automatically transpire again here this evening. Well, you have to earn that, and right now they haven't earned anything.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I think it's probably a good thing for them to face a little bit of adversity this weekend.
Well, there's a whole lot more of it coming their way.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just be honest.
Yeah. But, you know, you've got to figure out that response mechanism, and this will give them a great opportunity to do that. So, but again, can't say it enough. A lot of credit to UNLV with the period that they played.
I was most impressed by their willingness to just be as conservative as can be defensively and just kind of not do anything, not try to poke check and make a play here shorthanded, and just kind of play it out straight and say, hey, we're not giving you anywhere near the net. We're not giving you the crease. Come and get us any other way. And the Seawolves were unable to solve that puzzle.
Yeah, keep everything to the outside. And one thing they're doing, too, they are not backing down from taking the hits when they have them. If they get a player lined up, they're not stepping away. They're playing a pretty physical game. So good to see it from them. Nice to see some pushback after last night. 8-0 games are fun. However, nice shot there and a save by Joey Lamoureux.
Well, it's fascinating to think about the Western Michigan series. You know, the first night, the miracle of miracles, and the second night, kind of that moment, especially, it was about that 8-minute period in the third period where it looked like they had never tied their skates before. And as Shazby said after that game, and we're seeing, I wouldn't say it's that dramatic right now. They just haven't found kind of that open lane to get it going. Maybe once they do, things will change.
Back to 5 offside. Matt Allen shot saved by Pavilson off that right pad. Gilson with it in the zone for the Seawolves. Shot looked like it went off the side of the net there. Not sure if Pavilson may have made contact with that or not. Helgeson trying to catch up behind the play, but instead coming forward with it is Gunnar Smith. Gets it across the Seawolf blue line. UAA recovers. Pass ahead goes to Helgeson, but it doesn't connect, and UNLV right back into the zone. Riley Jensen up that right wing side. Throws a puck towards the net. Cut off by Helgeson as UAA able to get it out to the neutral zone. But it's sent right back in by the Rebels. Lamoureux now gives off to Hamlin. He goes cross ice to Jamie Collins. Collins cuts to the right, up the wall in front of the Seawolf bench. Collins still coming, has it knocked off his stick. Jared White follows him up, gets the puck deeper into the Rebels zone. UNLV going to turn it right back out, though, as Wyatt takes a return feed and chips it into the Seawolf end. Lamoureux out of his net. He's going to put it high off the glass and into the netting. So we'll have a face-off back in the Seawolf end. 18:28 to play here in our second period.
So the commemorative jerseys for the American Cancer Society and the Anchorage Radiation Oncology Center, the sponsor for tonight. The Seawolf Pink Out goes again until about another hour and 2 minutes. The bidding, last I looked, at nearly $5,000 bid already on these jerseys. And Max Helgeson leading the way with 24 bids for $500 at the moment. So you have another hour, parents and friends and fans that are watching, to get those bids in. Find Seawolf Fifth Line via any of your social media links, and you will find the URL to go there.
Nice feed across. Good save by Lamoureux on the deflection attempt. I think that was Batusev with that opportunity for UNLV. It was. Now, Brandon LaJoie at center ice. His pass broken up. Trying to chase that one down, but the Rebels get to it first. Don't hold on to it initially. Now it's back to the Rebel D. Pass ahead is caught, and into the zone is Flanders. Shot on net. Saved by Lamoureux. We'll have another faceoff coming up here in the UAA end.
big weekend for high school sports here in the state of Alaska as it's the first National Bowl football playoffs. The Division III game is almost over. Homer leading by 22-13 with about a minute and a half to go. In the Division II final, Lathrop defeated Soldotna 21-18, and in the big boy, the Division I semifinals, Colony defeating Bartlett 46-33. Juneau beating East 39-6 down in the capital city.
Bit of an upset there here in Soldotna, losing.
That's second year in a row Lathrop's won that game, so back-to-back for them. So kind of
Congrats.
a changing of the guard. Questions to be had whether we're the kind of state that needs multiple divisions instead of maybe the one with only 30 schools playing football. And when I say some questions, I have questions.
I think it's pretty valid. Back into the Seawolf zone, it's Gockler. Tries to send a pass ahead. It's broken up at the Seawolf blue line, and then UNLV just rifles that one into the Seawolf end, and it's up into the netting. Got just over 17 minutes left here in our second period. Rebels have closed the gap on the shots on goal chart early in this period. And off the draw, the Seawolves come out of the zone. Connor Merritt doesn't handle it cleanly, and UNLV will turn it right back up the other way. Caleb Strong circles with it. Pass cross ice goes to Barry, and now UNLV sends it deep into the UAA end. Icing waved off. Osborne gets there for the Seawolves. It's Helgeson trying to feed a pass up to Merritt. Merritt's pass, though, broken up as he tried to give it back to Gilson. Back below the Seawolf goal line. Merritt with it one more time. He runs into traffic. And got a scrum of 4 or 5 players down there trying to dig that puck loose. You hear the refs yelling for him to move it, and they finally do. Gilson spins away from trouble, gets the pass ahead to Helgeson. He's going to backhand it into the Rebels end, looking for Matt Allen. Allen beaten to the puck by Barry. And UNLV sends it up, and that'll go all the way down the ice. This one will be icing, and we'll bring the faceoff back down to the Rebels end with 16:08 to play in our second period. And UNLV still leading 1-0.
Well, this brings up another intriguing aspect of things. So UNLV on the road as this club team, they had a real genuine reaction when they scored the goal, which tells you kind of what their expectations were. But also, are they the kind of team that can kind of go into that defensive shell and win that 1-0 game when all signs point to that's not really how they play during their kind of regular portion of their season against those other club teams, kind of a lot of run and gun and whatnot. So very intriguing goings-ons here from a human nature standpoint to develop throughout the rest of this game.
Yeah, they've come out strong here in this second period, kind of pressing the issue against UAA. Spend more time down in front of Joey Lamoureux than we have in front of Landon Pavilson. Face off to the left of the Rebels net. It'll be Almquist to take it for UAA against Bradley Gallant of the Rebels. Gallant wins it back. Chipped up off the wall. Didn't go very far, though, as it's cut off. Now it's White. Tried to take a shot, blocked off by Kennedy. And back to the point now to Kozabud. His shot blocked by a diving Jack Kennedy. Seawolves maintain control, at least for the moment. Almquist picks it back up for UAA, gives off. Rebels take control and back through center ice. Sent down by Flanders. Lamoureux out of his net. Tried to get it ahead to Kozabud. That didn't connect cleanly. Dangerous shot there by Batusev. Lamoureux had to be quick to make that save, and then another chance for UNLV followed that. Rebels keeping the pressure on in the Seawolf end. UAA trying to come out of their own end. Can't do so. Now we have a delayed offside, so they did get it over the blue line. And it's Kozabud's pass ahead is deflected in by Gomez. Pavilson leaves off for his defenseman. And it's on that far wing wall. Jackson Wyatt plays it back. And coming ahead now will be Gunnar Smith. Can't get it out of the UNLV zone. Seawolves keep it alive. Brandon LaJoie picks it up behind the Rebels net. Throws one towards the goal and off the side of the net. Some stick swinging going on there, dangerously so. Now it's Gomez for the Seawolves, trying to peel off the UNLV defender. Finally is able to do so. Gomez hangs on to the puck. Tried to give a pass off, and it turns into a 2-on-1 situation for UNLV. Walking in with it, shot, save made by Lamoureux on Azaro Tinling, and the puck rolls into the corner. Tinling down there with Malone for the Rebels, as there's a scrum once again on that near side board right in the corner. Puck comes free, shot is blocked. Wyatt trying with that opportunity. Wyatt back on his stick, he backhands it deeper into the Seawolf zone. Rolls into the corner, and the puck is sent to Hamlin behind the UAA net. Another tie up in the corner, coming free with it is LaJoie. Rounds his net, goes cross ice with the feed to Gomez. Gomez harassed there, not able to get it out, kept in nicely by the Rebels. Hamlin turns it back up the wall, back to the point. Shot goes wide off the stick of Dylan Ford.
Penalty coming.
Penalty coming up on the Seawolves.
Brett Bamber going to the box.
It's going to be a cross-checking call. And let's take a media timeout. We'll give you the details when we come back.
It's okay to make a change, to need a new direction, to be the new kid on the block. We all find ourselves at a point in our lives where we're unsure about what's next. You can find it at the University of Alaska Anchorage. Whether you're looking for a career change, a community, or just a fresh start, we have those answers for you and more. Discover what's next at UAA. Apply today.
Welcome back to Seawolf Hockey. Got to see a replay right there. Brett Bamber taking down Jensen right in the slot area. So 2 minutes on the board for Brett Bamber. UNLV, their first power play opportunity of the night. Puck rocketed around the board by Davis Gockler. Not able to get it out, though, was Belitsky. And doing so on the second opportunity was Dylan Finley. UNLV starting right back up through center ice, dumping the puck in deep is Alec Johnson. Seawolves gather it back in behind their net, and it's up and all the way back down the ice. And Mazzillo has it behind his own net now for UNLV. Seawolves able to make a change as Mazzillo starts ahead through the middle of the ice. Drops a pass off, and that's Bradley Gallant hitting the Seawolf blue line with some speed. He gives the pass off. Trying to go cross ice with that feed, but it's broken up by Connor Merritt, and he goes ahead to Matt Allen. Chance here for Allen. He walks in, shot save made by Pavilson. Shorthanded chance there for the Seawolves. Pavilson had the answer, though. UAA right back into the UNLV zone. Shot high over the net. And that's going to ricochet all the way back into the Seawolf end. Carson Kozabud picks it up for the Seawolves and just fires it all the way back down the ice. 43 seconds to go on the UNLV power play. Just over 12 minutes to go in period two, and Alex Gomez is going to go have a seat. Or no,
it's
make
goalie.
That Merritt.
The interference on the goalie for taking out Connor Merritt.
Good eye.
Because
the way Merritt reacted,
had no business being back there in the first place that he just took.
Yeah, the way Connor Merritt reacted, he thought it was on him, and so did I. So good eye for spotting that.
I mean, it's a pretty fair assessment because Merritt's really just playing. He's forechecking, and then the goalie's behind there. Pavilson's behind him and just kind of takes him out. It wasn't anything like the puck was just in their feet. The puck's in the left corner. So it's really textbook interference, but Sastovich made some other kind of motion, so I don't know if it's some other call. Maybe it's a knee or something.
That could easily be a trip also, either way.
But he made some sort of this motion. Yep. Which I'm unfamiliar with. But I'm going to call it just straight up interference because That's what I saw.
Yeah. I mean, if all else fails, you
If
can
the
always
if the puck's there, it's a totally different story, right?
you can always fall back on interference.
Yep. Oh, and now he's
And serving that one for UNLV is going to be Riley Jensen.
too many men and a penalty on the goaltender,
wow.
maybe? No. No.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we got back to the single minor. So I believe someone's serving.
Okay.
All right. So
All right.
number 10 is serving the penalty for Pavilson.
Crisis averted on my score sheet.
The color coordination
So off the
stands.
draw. Sent all the way down. No icing there. Going to play 4-on-4 for the next 28 seconds. Puck deep in the Seawolf end. Scrum of 4 players trying to kick it free. Nice job of having that one tied up along the board down there by the Rebels. Puck comes out. Shot deflected wide. Rebels stay on it. Finally comes free to the Seawolves. And ahead with it is Kozabud. Cross the blue line. Kozabud throws a pass. Another centering pass there. It was Helgeson trying to get that one through to Johnson. Didn't connect cleanly. And the Seawolves are on the power play now. And it's Smith shooting it all the way down the ice for UNLV. Seawolves 0 for 2 thus far this evening on the power play. Obviously going to be looking to remedy that. Loose puck at center ice. And just kind of sloppy right there, trying on that zone entry. You had 3 guys running into each other. So UNLV sends it all the way down. Finley down there for the Seawolves. Picking it up is Merritt. And it's ahead to Collins. Gives off to Jared White. White still with it on his stick. Gives off to Almquist. Back to the point to Finley. Back to Almquist. Shot blocked. Nicely done there by Fellig for UNLV. Rebels can't clear the zone though. Finley keeps it alive. Shot comes in wide of the net. UNLV finally able to gather that one in and send that down the ice. Seawolves and Rebels both going to get some changes, some fresh bodies on the ice with 14 seconds left on the UNLV, or I'm sorry, on the Seawolf power play. Ahead with it, Brandon LaJoy now up the right wing board. LaJoy takes it into the corner and behind the net. Puck swatted up to the point. It's Hamlin. Cross ice pass. Shot comes in. Saved by Pavilson, and he will swallow that up. And we'll get a whistle.
Well, David, some breaking news from the baseball world. Your Cleveland Guardians score 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th to beat the Yankees 6-5 and take a 2-1 lead in that best-of-5 series. And here comes Nolan Kent to take over the net for UAA. So Joey Lamoureux's night is over, stopping 12 of 13 UNLV shots.
Love seeing the Yankees lose.
Also the Dick Lobdell ticker, as I like to call it. We got a final in the Division III football championship. Congratulations to the Homer Mariners, 22-20 winners over the Houston Hawks.
Well done by Homer. Dylan Ford sending a puck up the wall for UNLV. Rebels chip it deeper to the zone. Riley Jensen trying to chase that one down. Derek Hamlin there for the Seawolves. Turnover in front of the net. It's now kicked back to the points. Ford one more time. Doesn't get through, and the Seawolves are right back out with it with Caleb Height. Across the blue line to Gomez. Tried to go back to Height. Hit skates on the way. Now it's Finley. Throws a puck down towards the net. That's cut off by the Rebels. Puck takes a bad bounce off the wall. Allen able to get that one back to the point. Seawolves keep it alive in the Rebels' end. It's Merritt. Goes down low to Allen. Allen tries to go back to the point. Puck hops over his stick. Now it's Ford for UNLV. Throws it back into that near side corner. Finley gets there, gives off to Helgeson. His pass to Allen eludes him and goes back out to center ice. Seawolves turn it right back into the zone. Pavilson, nearly turned it over behind his own net. And fortunately for him, the Seawolves weren't ready for that one. Rebels a little bit on their heels right now. Finally get a clear out of the zone. And on it is Max Osborne for UAA. Osborne pulls up behind his net. He's watched down there by Jensen. And the Seawolves back through center ice. Here comes Helgeson up the near side wall. Puck poked off of his stick, and Brandon Fellig will carry up and flip it all the way down the ice for UNLV. That will go for icing, and we'll have a face-off coming back up in the Rebels' end. Down to 8:04 to play in our second period. Rebels maintain that 1-0 lead. Shots on goal right now, 15 for the Seawolves, 13 for UNLV.
Well, one emotion maybe we haven't seen from the Seawolves yet is playing angry, and this is about the time of night when that should start taking over, especially given the ease at which they enjoyed themselves last evening. Now every day is different, obviously.
Yeah.
But they want to show that emotion. They're welcome to, because this should stop happening at some point if you're UAA.
Agreed. Rebels trying to come out of their own end. Puck sent all the way down the ice. Icing waved off. Getting there is Darby. He puts it off the back wall. There to help him out is Matt Johnson. Johnson throws it up the boards, but not out. UNLV, though, can't maintain possession, and the Seawolves are back across the blue line. Cross ice pass looking for Johnson. Didn't connect cleanly. Goes back to Kozabud. Puck knocked down by a high stick, and we're going to get a whistle and a face-off coming outside of the UNLV zone. And we're down to 7:22 left in period number 2.
Officials having a discussion about where the draw is going to go.
So last time this happened in the Seawolf zone, it came just outside the blue line. So I'm guessing that's where they're going to put this one. It is just outside the UNLV blue line.
Seems like it's got to be pretty clear cut, whatever the new rule is.
Yeah.
Then obviously it must be this. It just comes out in the neutral zone.
Rebels obviously lobbying for it to go all the way down, but to no avail. Puck sent up the boards. UNLV finally controls with Caleb Strong. Looking for a place to go. And he finds Smith out of the zone at least. His pass is broken up initially. And now it's Almquist carrying in, trying to throw one, or does throw one on net. I think he was looking for maybe Jamie Collins to get down there for a deflection. But let's take a break. 6:53 to go in period 2. We'll be back.
It's okay to make a change, to need a new direction, to be the new kid on the block. We all find ourselves at a point in our lives where we're unsure about what's next. You can find it at the University of Alaska Anchorage. Whether you're looking for a career change, a community, or just a fresh start, we have those answers for you and more. Discover what's next at UAA. Apply today.
Off the draw, Seawolves control. Max Osborne throws a puck towards the net. Didn't get very far, though, as it was cut off nicely by the Rebels. UNLV right back out through center ice. That's Cole Wyatt dumping the puck in deep. Puck finally coming free out from behind the Seawolf net. UAA just able to get it across the blue line back to center. Rebels throw it ahead. UAA is going to skate it right back out. Here's Collins up the left wing. Gives off to Almquist. Feeds it back to Osborne at the point. Osborne goes cross ice with it. And Darby has it knocked off of his stick. UNLV comes ahead now. 3-on-2 opportunity if they hurry. Pass out in front. Walks in. Shot. Oh, he went wide and over the net. Wyatt had a bunch of net to hit, and he missed all of it. Cross ice pass now at the point. UNLV keeps it alive in the Seawolf end. And throwing it back down low are the Rebels. Getting to it first, though, is Osborne. And now Almquist trying to get it out of the zone. Able to do that, but UNLV cuts it off and sends it back deep into the Seawolf end. Nolan Kent out of his net. He'll play that one around to Gilson. Gilson takes a hit down there from Jackson Wyatt. And now we're going to get a whistle. I believe it hit somebody on the UNLV bench. So with 5:29 left here in period number 2, Rebels still up 1-0. And the faceoff is going to come to center ice.
Matt Shasby with the exaggerated rubbing of the face, looking a little exasperated over there with exactly what's transpiring thus far.
Well, he's still got the jacket on tonight. Last night,
I
by
believe
now, it was long
I believe
gone.
that's just a pullover, not an actual sport
Oh, okay.
jacket. Today.
Okay. Rebels with it in their own end. Cross ice pass, and now out to center ice it comes. Here's Smith up the right wing side for the Rebels. Drops off to Caleb Strong. His shot wide of the net. Back to the point it goes. Shot comes in. It's broken up on the way. Never made it through to Kent. Darby behind his own net actually scratched that Gomez. 74, not 44. And the Seawolves, once again, it's Gomez working his way through center ice. Puck knocked out of the air with a high stick. And that faceoff will come in the UNLV zone.
It was already in the UNLV zone.
Exactly.
Even I could figure that one out.
So 4:47 to play in period 2. 1-0 UNLV on top. Shots on goal right now, 16 for the Seawolves, 15 for the Rebels. They've outshot UAA 8-5 here so far in this second period. Off the draw. Allen had it momentarily, but it's knocked free from his stick. UAA keeps it alive. Merritt with the chance. Oh, one too many passes. Helgeson tried to go back to Connor Merritt. Couldn't get the angle on it. And the puck comes right out the other side, and then it comes all the way down for an icing. Boy, the best opportunity for the Seawolves tonight, and they can't seal the deal right there. So it remains 1-0. Another look at that one here is Merritt deflects it to Helgeson. He tried to go back to Merritt, and puck was just in his skates a little bit. Batusev may have been causing some problems as well, as you saw his stick as he dove in there to try and help out. Off the draw, puck shot in, hits a high stick once again. This one was a Seawolf stick. UNLV plays it, so no whistle, and we play on. Here's Gallant into the Seawolf zone. Shot turned towards the net, hits skates, and bounces right back out to the neutral zone. Chasing that one down is Barry. He gets it out as far as the neutral zone. UAA flips it right back in. Del Monte with it on his stick for the Rebels. Goes up to Flanders on the near side wall. Flanders run into by Helgeson. And the Seawolves regain possession in their own end. Pass ahead to Allen. Allen dumped hard right in front of the UNLV bench. And Flanders gets drilled right behind that after hitting Allen. So, no penalties called. We play on. Connor Cole gets it into the UNLV end. He goes in scrapping with Alec Johnson, and we are going to get a penalty now. It's going to be a hold. And it's going to be a hold on Johnson or a hold on Connor Cole. I think it's going to go on Johnson. So that penalty comes at 16:26. Alec Johnson 2 for a hold.
UA hasn't quite found that rhythm offensively by any means, but especially on the power play tonight where they've had that extended time. But here's another opportunity to make something happen.
It's been over 10 minutes since UNLV has gotten a shot on goal.
Which is fine with the Rebels, to
Absolutely.
be perfectly honest. I mean,
so the faceoff will come to the right of Landon Pavilson, deep in the UNLV zone. It'll be Matt Johnson taking the draw for the Seawolves. I believe that's Daniel Fisher taking it for UNLV. Bamber gives off to Connor Cole off the draw as the Rebels knock it back out to center ice. And just across the Seawolf blue line, UAA, though, is going to come right back out with it. Cole across the blue line, hangs on. Back to Bamber, cross ice to Hamlin. Shot comes in, saved by Pavilson. Rebound was there. Not able to control it, though, was Carter Belitsky. Back to Hamlin. Cross ice to Bamber, and Bamber fumbles it out of the zone. UAA forced to retreat.
UA was pretty fortunate on that rush anyway. It was really close to being offside.
It was, yeah. Connor Cole just apparently hit the line right as the puck did. So Hamlin trying to keep that one in for the Seawolves. Not going to be able to do so. Rebels get it out to center and just chip it ahead.
Whereas last night, the puck possession was all UAA from start to finish. Tonight, not that.
No, not at all.
A lot of bouncing pucks, a lot of just giving up early. It's just not there.
No. Merritt into the zone for the Seawolves. Tries to give up to Helgeson. Puck goes into the high slot now, and it's Gilson. Ran into a UNLV skate, ended up losing his balance.
Hunter Mazzillo was just laying out defensively.
Gilson shot blocked on the way through, and UNLV back through center ice on the stick of Mazzillo. Gets it deep into the Seawolf end. LaJoie back there for UAA. Seawolves will start one more time, try and make their zone entry. Gilson gives off to Finley. Now it's Helgeson. Cross ice pass. Shot. Missed the net completely right there. UAA still in control. Finley. Cross ice to Helgeson. Shot comes in. Block. Scored!
For the first time all night, you saw a UAA offensive player kind of get in the slot, get in the main scoring area, and that time it pays off as Helgeson's shot gets blocked. It comes right out to Matt Allen, who has no problem depositing it to tie up this game. 18-22 into the second period.
And that is a power play goal. There were 4 seconds left on the man advantage. Another look at it here. As the cross ice feed to Helgeson, he takes the initial shot, hits traffic on the way through. Matt Allen had no trouble depositing that one into the wide open cage. And we are tied. Deep into the Seawolf end and coming right back out with it. Now it's Jared White, tries to go cross ice back to Almquist. Puck deflects into the corner. Almquist does end up with it. Almquist circles the zone. Still with it is Almquist. And he's finally rubbed off the puck in the corner. Jared White, though, came away with it for a moment. And the puck back now behind the Rebels net. Chip back out to center ice. Kozabud gathers it in for the Seawolves. He's watched back there by Gunnar Smith. Puck backhanded ahead, and now it's Jared White up the right wing board. White cross ice looking for Collins, just out in front of him. Collins able to throw it back to the other side, and it's Jared White once again. He backing up, throws a shot on net, saved by Pavilson. Now it's Osborne getting it deeper into the zone. Seawolves, a little bit of spark. You can see it the way they're playing. Osborne shot, glove save by Pavilson, and he will hang on and get the whistle. So that goal, Matt Allen from Helgeson and Gilson at 18:23. And that was a power play goal. So the Seawolves 1 for 4 now with the man advantage tonight. And we're down to 23 seconds to go in our second period. Off the draw. Nope. Just kidding. Gomez to take the draw for UAA. And it's pulled back by him. Back to Hamlin at the point. Throws one towards the net. High. Hits traffic on the way. Gomez tied up in the corner down there by Del Monte. Those two still working. Down to 13 seconds left. Puck comes loose in front. Shot. Save made by Pavilson. A chance there. I believe that was Caleb Height with the opportunity. Puck sent back to center ice, and that's going to do it. Period number 2 comes to an end. 1-1 is our score as the Seawolves tie it up late in that second period on the power play. The goal by Matt Allen from Max Helgeson and William Gilson. So shots on goal through 2 periods. UAA with 20, so count that 21, and UNLV with 13. So third period, we'll see what kind of pushback UAA continues to show. They did a good job later on in that second period. As the ice early on in the period seemed to be tilted in UNLV's favor, they really kind of came out pressing the issue, had some momentum from that goal that they scored in the first period. But UAA did a nice job of getting things back in their favor and then tying the game late in that period. So Matt's downstairs. He's going to have a chat with a Seawolf player as they come off the ice. So I'm going to throw it down there to him and let him take it from there.
Thank you very much, David. Here with the UA junior Matt Allen, who broke the ice just a moment ago. Hockey players are known to kind of live in the moment or not let any moment get too big, but how big a relief was that for everyone? Probably a chance to exhale that moment you score that goal.
Well, yeah, we're not really playing our game right now, and we need to get back to it. It was nice being down like 1-0 and like getting that one to break the ice. So now hopefully we can get some stuff going, but yeah, we got to get back to playing our hockey and working the puck down low in the zone.
How would you describe the difference between what worked last night to maybe what's not working or wasn't working there in the early portion of tonight?
No, just like I said, like our effort last night was really good. I feel like in the zone we made plays, worked the puck down low, and everybody's going to the net. But tonight it's just we're not doing that right now, and we need to get back to that.
And what will it take to finish? I mean, it seems like maybe that kind of opens the door for some of what last night had. If it could happen again, maybe now it will.
That's what we're hoping for, but we need to regroup here and be better next period.
All right, great goal. Thanks, Matt. Back to you, David.
Thanks, Matt. And Matt. Well, that's just what he said. They're not playing their game tonight, and it's kind of looked that way. But, you know, I'm not going to blame UAA for that. I'm going to blame UNLV for that because I think the Rebels have come out and they've kept it simple tonight, not trying to get too fancy with it. They're taking the opportunities when they get them, and they're doing a really nice job, especially on the penalty kill, of taking away the time and space that UAA had last night. So also helping out goaltender Landon Pavilson, who's been very good tonight. So we'll see what the third period brings. You get a look at some of the highlights there from that second period. And we'll be back here to the Seawolf Sports Complex with third period action in just a few minutes.
The path that brings me back and again to UAA is, again, it's life cycle, correct? As you mature, your priorities change. And now at this stage in my life, I realize that I need to contribute to the success of others versus just focusing on myself. To help the UAA alumni, one of the things I offer anytime I meet somebody from UAA is to connect with me. If they need help with something that I have expertise in, I'm more than willing to share. Because again, it goes back to contributing to the success of the current student base and contributing back to the university.
It feels wonderful to me to donate financially to scholarships and meet the recipients of those scholarships and just know that I'm hopefully making their career through UAA just a little bit easier. I have a successful career that was based on my education at UAA, and I'd like to give back to the students. It also is just a little boost of encouragement to receive a scholarship, kind of no matter what size. It tells you that somebody's there and believes in you and you're capable of doing this, and they want to see you finish.
So now that I'm reconnecting more with UAA, I'm finding a lot of value in that connection. You know, I feel like UAA did a lot for me many years ago, and now I've achieved something of myself, and I can come home and give back to some degree to the community.
I've maintained my connection with UAA by volunteering my time with students, particularly the RAN program, the recruitment and retention of Alaska Natives into nursing. Just being alumni here at UAA, with just staying connected with everybody. It's always fun driving through campus and seeing the changes. Just seeing the growth here has been really great.
I've recently reconnected. I see the value that I've received from UAA, and now it's time to give back to UAA and help somebody else get through a rough time, or to give some encouragement to another person so they can go off and do great things.
This could be the moment we've been waiting for, the chance to feel alive. Nothing's gonna stop us, nothing's gonna top this, nothing like we've ever seen. And I raise my hands to the sky, what a feeling. 'Cause I feel like dancing high, got a feeling, time to feel it. This is where it all begins. Free yourself and let go, time to see it all. Don't think about tomorrow, today we are heroes, here adventure call. There are whole new worlds to see, I keep running, and my feet keep lifting me, like I'm flying, time to see it. This is where it all begins.
And welcome back to the Seawolf Sports Complex here on the campus of the University of Alaska Anchorage. 2 periods in the books, 1-1 UAA and UNLV. Some numbers through 2 periods of play. Shots on goal, UAA 21, UNLV with 13. Power plays so far, the Rebels 0 for 1, UAA 1 for 4. That lone power play goal coming off the stick of Matt Allen, assisted by Max Helgeson and William Gilson at 18:21 of period number 2. Goaltender saves so far, Landon Pavilson for UNLV, 20 saves on 21 shots. Joey Lamoureux for the Seawolves, 12 saves on 13 shots in 32 and a half minutes of play. Nolan Kent came in and has yet to face a shot. So nice job by the Seawolves to tighten things down defensively there.
Underrated 80s movie Summer School when they're about to take the test and Chainsaw's in the front of the room and he screams for about 10 seconds and goes, his tension breaker had to be done. That's sort of what Matt Allen's goal, I think, appears to be like maybe for the Seawolves, or it should be if you're the Seawolves, and kind of use this third period to right a lot of wrongs that happened during the first 2 periods. It's incumbent on them to kind of to take this over, kind of like what they did in those large swaths of the game last evening. Again, major credit to UNLV, who played the role of a hockey team a lot better tonight than they did last evening. Talking with some people here in the stands in the mission, we all agreed, especially liking what they did defensively on the penalty kill, and they're willing to finish their checks and all that sort of thing. So UAA's actually got an opponent they're playing tonight. Maybe last night not so much. They need to right the ship real fast here in the third period.
Yeah, somebody didn't give UNLV the message that tonight is also an exhibition game. They've come out ready to go, and they've looked good doing it.
Well, either way, the Seawolves will have plenty to think about as they have this early part of the week in Alaska before they embark for the greatest state in the union, the Mitten State, the state of Michigan, to take on the Northern Michigan Wildcats, in Houghton starting next Friday and Saturday. Game times at 3:07 and 2:07 here in Alaska. Chances are you can head over to the Peanut Farm for a watch party with Seawolf Fifth Line for that game, but that's the start of an 8-game road trip as they are not back on the home and rink ice until a December 2nd exhibition against Canada's own Simon Fraser.
And don't forget, we've already seen Simon Fraser once this year in the initial exhibition game before that Western Michigan weekend. That was a 1-0 win for the Red Leafs. So obviously UA will be looking to change that story.
So what will it be, Seawolves? It's up to you. Paint us a picture here of something you want us to see. You got 20 minutes to do it.
Well, we're about to find out. We are underway in our third period. Rebels trying to come out of their own end, and doing so, it's Azaro Tinling getting it into the Seawolf end. Derek Hamlin on it first for UAA. He goes up the wall. Bamber is cut off. Tinling tries to throw one back to the point. Kept in nicely by the Rebels. Puck thrown towards the net by Strong, but it's deflected, and now it's out of the zone on the stick of Ben Almquist. He cuts to the middle, leaves off for Jared White. White protects the puck away from Gunnar Smith, and we've got a whistle and the net.
Lost the bucket. UNLV's number 28.
Okay, Gunnar Smith
goes bucketless in college hockey. You have the whistle blown, stoppage of play. Safety first, Mr. Tuttle.
Exactly. So the faceoff will be deep in the Rebel zone to the right of goaltender Landon Pavilson. He's been very, very good tonight. Off the draw, Rebels pull that one back. It's chipped up off the wall and out to the neutral zone. And UNLV hits the line 2-on-1. Pass goes across, not caught cleanly. It still bounces in on Kent. He's able to kick it out with that right pad. Connor Merritt to Matt Allen, the lone goal scorer for the Seawolves. Puck comes off of his stick. And now it's UNLV the other way with Riley Jensen in control. Jensen cuts toward the high slot area, shot towards the net. Not sure if that made it to Kent or not. Puck still loose. Now it's corralled by Gilson. He'll circle his net and come back up through center ice. Merritt has it knocked off of his stick. UNLV, though, going for a line change. Pass ahead from Gomez. It's cut off at the UNLV blue line. And UAA right back in. It's Gilson. Tries to make a move. Steps on the puck. And again, the net is off its moorings.
Yeah. The password is moorings.
Twice tonight. Guess that makes up for Western Michigan's weekend when I don't think we said moorings
No,
at all.
I don't think we did.
We did have a couple stanchions, though.
We did.
18:32 left here in our third period. Goal apiece. Gomez steps in to take the draw for the Seawolves, opposed by Bradley Gallant of the Rebels. Gomez pulls it back. Cross ice pass to Darby. His shot right on goal. Save made by Pavilson. It's going to come out the other side. 2-on-1 chance here for the Rebels as they walk in. Shot saved by Kent. Ooh, big rebound, but nicely cleared away by Kozabud just at the last second.
For UAA.
3-on-1 here for UAA. LaJoie shot on goal in and out of the glove of Pavilson. Turning it back toward the net was Caleb Height. Save again by Pavilson. Puck now tied up behind the Rebels' net. Comes free finally, kept alive by, I want to say that was Gockler. Okay. Back up into the Rebel zone come the Seawolves. Height gives off for Gomez. He's knocked off the puck. Shot comes in from Gockler just wide of the net. And finally Pavilson able to scramble out and save that one. Got a little bit crazy around his net there for a moment, but Pavilson able to freeze that one. Another look here. Batusev with that opportunity. Nice shot. Big rebound there left by Nolan Kent. And getting there just before Flanders could was Carson Kozabud to keep that one out of the net for UAA.
Nice hustle from Kozabud, no doubt about it.
Rebels send it up off the glass through center ice and into the Seawolf zone. Dylan Finley with it there for UAA. He gets it up ahead and trying to come through center, but unable to do so. I believe that was Caleb Height once again. Nope, that was Connor Cole. Belitsky tied up just in front of the UNLV bench. Gockler throws it into the UNLV zone. Off the back glass, it hopped back out toward the front of the net. Pavilson smartly.
He played that with his stick and then kind of drew it into a trouble spot. That's why he covered it so quickly.
Yeah, I think you'd probably like him just to play that into the corner with his stick or just cover it initially.
Yeah, a little indecisive.
Off the draw, Caleb Strong wins it for the Rebels. They're able to get it out to center. Puck cut off by the Seawolves, and Vegas will send it all the way back in now. Bamber, first one on it for the Seawolves. He's up to Jared White. White trying to get it through to Almquist and does so. Almquist still with the puck on his stick. Walks in, shot is deflected and goes wide of the net. Looked like a good opportunity materializing there for Almquist, but a Rebel stick knocked that shot aside before it could make it on net. Bamber tries to pull that one free. Loose puck still in the Seawolf zone. Jared White corrals it for UAA. Trying to find some open ice out there. And he goes cross ice and is chipped now out to center. UNLV soft pass across. Jared White nearly intercepted it. And now UAA back on it with Connor Merritt. Works his way through a check. UNLV able to send it back to center, but it's Helgeson right back into the zone. Helgeson comes free. Shot save by Pavilson. Got that one right in the logo. So we're down to 15:57 left here in period number 3, tied at a goal apiece. Shots on goal right now, 26-16 in favor of UAA.
You're still seeing some more offensive jump from the Seawolves since Allen's goal near the end of the second period, but they still just haven't quite found that crispness that was there last night.
Just a little bit off, yeah. Max Osborne backhands it into the corner for Gilson, who goes up the wall with it to Merritt. Merritt doesn't handle it cleanly, and the Rebels regain control momentarily. Now it's Allen coming out of his zone. He blew a tire, gets it into the Rebels' end, and takes a hit for his efforts. Merritt trying to track that one down as it's sent behind the UNLV net. It's Helgeson with it for the Seawolves. Osborne plays it deeper into the zone. Allen gives off from Merritt. Helgeson with it on his stick. Shot save made by Pavilson.
Penalty
Rebound.
coming.
And a penalty coming up. That one's going to go on UNLV for a trip. So Seawolves draw yet another power play opportunity here with 15-14 to play in our third period.
Matt Allen was looking at most of the net, but then the trip is what impeded his progress to get off the cleanest of shots on that rebound attempt. Chance for UA to go on the power play and work out some kinks.
And that is Cole Wyatt in the box for the Rebels. So power play opportunity number 5 here for the Seawolves. Off the draw, UAA keeps it alive momentarily in the Rebel zone and then is chipped up and into the Seawolf bench. That'll bring the face-off back into the UNLV zone. Actually, it might not. Looks like they're going to put it outside. So the face-off will come outside the UNLV end right in front of their bench. Off the draw, pulled back by Gomez. Trying to chase that one down, and doing so is Gilson. And now it'll be UAA coming ahead. Brandon LaJoy carries up the left wing boards. LaJoy still with it on his stick, leaves a pass off. High slot area, shot, save off the stick of Finley. Rebound still loose down there, comes back out to Gilson. Finley with it now one more time, back to Gilson at that right point. Shot blocked by the hand of one of the UNLV players. Believe that was Riley Jensen. Here's Gilson one more time. Drags and scores! Boy, nice shot. What patience shown by William Gilson right there. And he goes high to the stick side to put UAA on top 2-1.
You nailed it, David. To take that time and allow himself to think about it for a sec. Let that player go down. Make his move. Pick his corner. UAA goes on top 2-1.
And William Gilson is turning out to be a nice quarterback on the power play for the Seawolves.
Probably the biggest, nicest surprise in the early going.
Absolutely.
Is Gilson's production and his smarts.
So power play goal, and UAA has their first lead of the night. Coming right back into the zone are the Seawolves. UNLV able to send that back out to the neutral zone. Hit put on down there by Belitsky. Following him up is Matt Johnson. Johnson loses an edge, and UNLV will come right back the other way. Sent deep into the zone by Caleb Strong as it goes around the boards and right back out the other side. UNLV forced to regroup. And Mazzillo leaves a pass off for Quinn. That one is sent all the way down into the Seawolf end. No icing on the play as it hit traffic on the way through. Here's Hamlin flipping it up and out of the Seawolf zone. Del Monte backhand pass connects with Barry, and UNLV enters the zone offside.
Dylan Finley, the freshman from Le Bezade, Quebec, given the only other assist on that go-ahead goal from William Gilson.
All right, so Gilson from Finley on the power play at 5:26. And let's take a break. We'll be back in just a few moments. 2-1 Seawolves on top. And welcome back to the Seawolf Sports Complex. I have found who is going to shovel my driveway this year. It is my daughter.
Does she usually wear goalie skates? Is that why maybe she's...
She does usually wear goalie skates. But yeah, she has worked her way onto the ice crew tonight. So
the fact we have youngsters doing that is one of the better things we've seen here. In
I'm
these
just
UA
glad
home
she's
games.
learning how to use a shovel.
Okay.
So
what's the going rate on that for dad to pay?
How much does hockey cost these days? Puck deep in the Seawolf end. Kozabud with it on his stick. He goes ahead looking for Collins. Collins gives up to White. White takes a big hit at the blue line.
Another example of
And,
UA finishing checks they did not finish last evening.
Yep. White trying to try once again. You know, he takes quite a few hits, Jared White does. But, you know, give him a lot of credit because he's trying to take hits that make plays. And for the most part, he does a good job of that.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's
Not at
part of this game.
Exactly.
Is the physical contact and using it to your advantage on occasion.
Barry with it for UNLV. Chips it into the Seawolf zone. Trying to chase that one down is Flanders. Seawolf's able to get to that first. Helgeson had it momentarily, and now we have an offside play at the Seawolf blue line. 12:29 left here in our third period. 2-1 UAA on top. William Gilson with the go-ahead goal. William Gilson also possesses the only game-winning goal of the season so far for UAA in just regular games, if you will. He scored the game winner against Western Michigan. Matt Allen throws a shot in, patted away by Pavilson. Helgeson trying to pick it up behind the UNLV net, throws it up high to Gilson, throws a shot towards the net, hits a stick and goes to the far board. UAA, able to keep that alive momentarily. Now UNLV coming up with a bunch of speed. Here's Batusov. His shot goes into the belly button of Nolan Kent, makes that save easily. And we'll have a whistle and face-off coming up from the Seawolf zone.
Well, the 8 o'clock bell has rang. The jersey auction, finale. So congrats to all the winners out there. You'll be awarded your jerseys if you're here on site after tonight's game. We'll also skate with the Aces will happen.
I brought my skates.
I was going to say, you can maybe get an autograph from Mr. Tuttle down there on the ice as well.
I have given one of those in my time. Just one.
That's about it for me as well. Now that I think about it.
Gonna have a penalty on the Seawolves.
For whatever reason, when the Aces won their first championship, there were people having me sign memorabilia after that. I'm like, yeah, I'm nobody. Stop.
Yeah, I gave one at a Aces skate with the Aces, and I'm not sure why they asked me.
I think I did say, are you really positively sure?
It's like I don't even have a title.
Is this a
I'm
gag?
an intern.
Is this a scavenger hunt? UNLV about to go on the power plays. Alex Gomez goes to the box for UAA.
And UNLV 0 for 1 thus far tonight with the man advantage. UNLV down low with it, trying to force a puck out in front of the net, hit some traffic, and UA able to get that one off into the corner. Barry can't keep it alive for UNLV, and now it's Caleb Height back the other way. Gets it as far as the UNLV zone, and the Rebels, all sorts of confusion as there's 3 Rebels and 1 referee there, all coming together at the same time. UNLV now back across the Seawolf blue line. Puck sent in off the referee's skate. That allows UAA to recover and send it all the way down the ice. Pavilson out of his net. Harassed a little bit there.
Great work from Belitsky to get back there.
It was.
Force the issue.
Good hustle plays. UNLV now finally able to get right back out of their end. Barry across the Seawolf blue line. Tries to leave a pass. Once again, it hits traffic. And the Seawolves able to send it all the way down. They'll be able to get a full change out of this with 55 seconds left on the UNLV power play. Rebels coming ahead now through center ice. It's Mazzillo across the Seawolf blue line. Chips one up off the glass looking for Gallant. Didn't connect with him cleanly. And now Mazzillo's got a pair of Seawolves harassing him, and UAA able to pull that puck free and once again send it all the way down to Landon Pavilson. Down to 20 seconds to go on the Gomez penalty as UNLV gains the Seawolf blue line once again. Sent in, Gilson throws it around, and Collins throws it all the way down the ice. That'll just about do it for the remaining time on the penalty. That'll make UNLV 0 for 2 tonight with the man advantage as Gomez steps out of the penalty box. Ford has it in his own end, leaves a pass off, goes off the stick of Tinling, and UNLV still trying to get out of their zone. They finally will do so as Ford chips it deep into the Seawolf end. Getting to it first was Caleb Strong for UNLV, but pulling it away is Helgeson. His pass doesn't connect cleanly, and that's going to go. Oh, they are going to call that one icing. Matt Allen definitely won that race, but the linesman is going to give it to UNLV. That'll bring the faceoff back down into the Seawolf zone as we're down to 9:24 left in period number 3. 2-1, UAA on top.
We're looking at tonight's jersey auction for the American Cancer Society. Your final total on all the bids, it appears to be raised for the American Cancer Society $6,330, with Max Helgeson getting to have the biggest ego boost with his jersey. 26 bids going for a cool grand $1,000.
Which family member got Max's jersey? That's what I want to know.
I don't know if it tells me there.
It probably won't.
I can't find that information on the series of tubes.
I'm sure we'll see it, though, come December when...
My point of pride was making a bid, being outbid seconds after I hit submit, which just says, okay, I increased the bid on a jersey. I did my job.
There you go. There you go.
Congratulations to the winner of that one. But a great idea, great evening. I mean, that to me, that's not chump change. You know, $6,300.
No, not at all.
It says a lot about kind of what the rebuild, the 2.0. It has some reach. It has some teeth. You know, the combination of here in the community plus those watching and listening to us around the globe, relations and whatnot. Thanks again to all the parents who I'm sure helped boost that number up
definitely
quite a bit. Hello to all of you, and thanks as always for giving us a listen and a watch.
As UNLV ices the puck, so we'll bring the faceoff straight back down to the Rebel zone. Skate with the Seawolves tonight upon the conclusion of this one. So get all the kids out there on their skates. Get me out there on my skates. I'm sure most of the kids are faster than I am. But that's because they're younger.
As it should be.
Yeah. Pass ahead deflected into the Seawolf zone by Flanders. Kent is going to further that one along. Kozabud does the same. And finally, UA will come out of their end. Brandon LaJoie gets it deep into the Rebels' end and just avoids a hit. Gomez steps into a Rebel player behind the net, and Flanders backhands it out of the UNLV zone. Flanders has it back on his stick now. He carries ahead. Trying to walk around James Darby. Shot save made by Kent.
A little tricky for Nolan.
Squeezed that post as hard as he could.
I think he had a piece of it. It fell down to another piece of equipment, and he wasn't quite sure.
Yeah.
That right shoulder area. One of the interesting takeaways will be those paying close enough attention to these games tonight and last night versus what you'll see at Northern Michigan in terms of lineups and minutes played and how short the bench may be. How the difference in the two outings will be kind of intriguing to watch.
Puck loose behind the Seawolf net. UNLV pulled it away momentarily. Seawolves can't clear the zone, and the Rebels still have possession down there. Cole Wyatt took it into the corner. Puck comes right back up that near side board. Osborne trying to chase it down for the Seawolves, but UNLV maintains possession as Jensen turns it deeper into the zone. Working down there, Riley Jensen. Looking for Demizio. Demizio tied up by a couple of Seawolf players. Puck still loose. Chance here for UNLV. Puck rolling off the stick of Demizio. And then him and Nolan Kent have some words. Nothing more comes of that as the Rebels come right back into the Seawolf zone. Matt Johnson bangs it off the wall.
Shoo.
UAA not able to clear. Chance there for UNLV. Nice diving play to break that up by Davis Gockler. Back to the point, is tipped away. That should be an interference penalty. No call being made as Jared White tried to break free and chase that down, was tied up. Here's Tinling right back in for UNLV. Tries to throw a centering pass. Nobody home for the Rebels as the Seawolves now are going to force that one out through center ice. Carrying is Collins.
Jared White.
Now it's Almquist back to Collins. Collins skates right in front of the net and he scores.
Jared White makes most of the play in the neutral zone, the defensive zone to get it out. Picks up the goal for all his hard work and effort. He earned that one. 3-1 Seawolves.
Nice work there. And like you said, Jared White did the work to get it out of the zone. Jamie Collins carried it in, cut to the center of the ice, got the initial shot on goal, and the puck was just loose with Landon Pavilson sprawled out.
Hunter Mazzillo's talked to Josh Ellis, the referee, and they seem to be acting like they're going to discuss some portion of this. Blue ice, no one in the blue ice. I'm not sure what the confusion could be. Maybe when was that Almquist, that first player coming along the front of the crease, whether it was goalie interference there, but that sure on first blush didn't resemble anything close to that.
Yeah, I didn't see
But
it
here we
either.
go, Josh Ellis, who I did joke with earlier about whether the local refs, all the games he's worked collegiately, high school, never having the replay capabilities, so he gets to use it again here tonight. He admitted it is kind of fun to check it out.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is.
But this is a little bit confusing.
So the refs are going to look at it.
That's got to be my only guess. Is that?
Yeah, I would think so too.
But that puck was left by our near right post,
and nothing Landon Pavilson could do about that. He made the initial save. So another look here for our fans on YouTube as Jamie Collins leaves for Almquist, takes a return feed. Collins taking it hard to the net.
There's no interference.
Yeah,
it's his own
I
player.
don't think so either. Yeah, I think that's a good goal by Jared White.
Jared White with a little how you doing after that goal too. With a
little how you doing to Caleb Strong there after the goal. So by my count, that's going to be White from Collins and Almquist at 13-20 if it stands.
Second upset in the big-time college football world is Utah. Utah takes down number 7 USC in the Pac-12.
Excellent.
To go along with your Tennessee over Alabama.
Whenever Alabama loses, it makes me smile.
Especially that clip of Nick Saban losing his mind in the first half. It's like, that's not a good look for you, multi-million-dollar leader of men, supposedly.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, here we go.
It's a game. Games are supposed to be fun.
Hey, he waves off the goal.
Wow.
This is interesting.
Wow.
And Matt Shasby's already saying, no way, no way, no way. Okay, so if you see that replay again, you see Jamie Collins' stick fall to the ice and kind of fall towards the left post, kind of behind the goal line. So maybe that we can say interfered with Pavilson, maybe.
Let's take a look once again here.
So it's his left-handed shot. He comes across, kind of goes short side. Here he comes across right there. His stick gets caught in his armpit almost.
Yeah, boy.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, he's got a guy on his back. What is he supposed to do?
I mean, Jake Berry makes the defensive play by kind of wrapping up the man. So take it for what it's worth. That is a little bit of an odd one.
So that'll bring the face-off outside of the UNLV zone.
Yes, you could say that stick is in kind of the arm area or disrupts, but I don't think it's brought on by UAA, but maybe that's the letter of the law kind of bit playing there.
Maybe.
So we're still 2-1.
Another chance there for Jared White. Cross-ice pass back to the point it goes. Shot comes in wide of the net. White with it on his tape one more time.
The Seawolves are buzzing.
Down to 6:15 to go here in period 3. Back to the point it goes. Hamlin throws it toward the net, hits traffic, and then his pass is also broken up. Now it's White on the near side wall. White back to Bamber at the point. Bamber fanned on the pass, and the Rebels able to get out as far as center. Then a cross-ice pass by Bamber was right to a UNLV player. Rebels right in shot goes wide of the net, trying to go far side over there. And I believe that was Bradley Gallant. It was with that chance. Rebels now coming out of their own zone. And that one hits traffic at the Seawolf bench, actually on the Seawolf bench. And we're going to take a break. 5:37 left in period 3. We'll be back in just a few moments.
This is it. The moment you've dreamed of, worked for, sacrificed for. This is the moment you go from seeking a degree to being sought after. Top companies all across Alaska are looking for University of Alaska Anchorage grads to power their businesses into the future because they know UAA grads are smart, qualified, capable, and backed by a strong, supportive community. Apply today and seize the moment.
2-1, UAA on top, 5:37 left in the third period. Just moments ago, we had a goal disallowed off the stick of Jared White. Puck flipped out through the neutral zone. Rebels trying to chase that one down. Doing so and getting a shot on goal is Azaro Tinling. Back to the point it goes. Shot doesn't quite, well, it got through. It just missed the net. And now it's UAA coming out off the stick of Helgeson. That's going to go deep into the UNLV zone. Rebels trying to turn it right back up quickly. And the pass not connecting with Gunnar Smith, but it rolls deep in the Seawolf zone. No icing on the play. Seawolves trying to come out of their own end and now doing so. It's Connor Merritt. Hits the blue line. Backhand pass to Matt Allen. Allen still with it on his tape. Rolls it towards the net. Actually got a lot further than I thought he would as he had two guys draped on him. And UNLV sends it back out to center as a nice tackle put on Davis Gockler there at center ice. Rebels coming out of their own zone. Tie up at the blue line. Puck kept alive by Caleb Height. Pass, cross, shot, high over the net. Puck ricochets out towards the blue line. It's cut off there by Riley Jensen. And the Rebels will hit the center ice stripe. Trying to dump it in, but not able to. Initially was Cole Wyatt. And now it's Caleb Height back the other way for UAA. His shot, saved by Pavilson. Rebound. Good opportunity there. Brandon LaJoy couldn't find a hole to put that one through, though, as Pavilson able to keep that out of the net.
Shots a goal here in the third period, 12-7 in favor of UAA.
Seawolves have definitely been buzzing this third period. That goal at the end of the, or that goal really woke them up. I was going to say the Allen goal at the end of the first or second to tie it really got them buzzing. They've kind of carried that through here into the second, or into the third, excuse me.
I think Mr. Sivilich and Mr. Ellis are not going to make a call and let this game play out on its own.
Yeah, it's looking that way. Here's Gilson trying to throw one towards the front of the net. It's broken up. Rebels trying to come back out through center ice. The puck will go into the Seawolf end, but it'll be corralled by Osborne up to Gilson. Gilson backhands it ahead looking for Connor Cole. That didn't connect cleanly. Here's a chance coming back for the Rebels. It's Caleb Strong working his way in.
Nice hit.
Tied up nicely on the back check.
Max Osborne.
Now it's Osborne with it on his tape one more time, and he'll carry ahead for the Seawolves. 2-on-1 opportunity materializing. Here's Belitsky. Shot blocked before he could pull the trigger. Belitsky still with it on the near side wall. Back to the point it goes. It's Hamlin to Bamber. Goes down low with it for Matt Johnson. Bamber keeps the blue line. And UNLV, though, they're going to come out as UAA needed a change. Nolan Kent back behind his net. He'll hold things up for Hamlin as Hamlin will slow it down as the Seawolves completed their change. Now just waiting for something to materialize in front of him. It'll be Bamber. Pass ahead, tipped into the zone by Collins. Almquist trying to go back to Collins. That's broken up. And it's sent back out to center ice. Darby sends it right back into the Rebels end.
If you're UNLV, how long do you wait to pull Pavilson? Because it's not exactly like they've had a lot of puck possession in this third period.
Yeah, they really haven't.
Pavilson shows no interest in coming to the bench right now.
DeMizio gets it back to the point for the Rebels. Puck thrown towards the net, but wide. Trying to spin free back there was DeMizio once again. Back to the point it goes to Del Monte. He's tied up, and the Seawolves are going to be able to clear. Barry with the steal. Shot here for UNLV is deflected off a stick. It goes over the net. Dangerous opportunity that materialized there for UNLV on a turnover high in the slot. Here's Almquist, carries deep into the zone. Almquist tries to throw it out front to Merritt. Didn't connect cleanly.
Here
I think we're going to see Pavilson right here, yeah. Into the Seawolf zone. Goes Tinling. He takes a hit.
Very indecisive.
Actually, Pavilson's going to stay.
Another bad turnover.
As the Rebels able to maintain possession.
Odd man.
Comes out. Chance here for UAA. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Allen pulls up. Caleb Haida on his stick. Shot ends up trickling just wide of the net. Puck flipped up, but not out of the zone. Now it's carried out by Helgeson. He's just going to backhand it deeper into the Rebels' end. 50 seconds to go. Pavilson still in the net for UNLV. Rebels with it behind their own net as they start ahead. Fighting through a check and getting across the Seawolf blue line. Still working his way in, and the puck rolls just wide. That's going to be a penalty coming up here on the Seawolves. If you're UNLV, you want UAA to touch this. And the call is made. It's going to be a hooking penalty.
I think Josh is saying we missed it. UNLV obviously, or UAA obviously touched the puck behind its net to rim it out the end boards and around the boards and out. So that's where the call should have happened. So UNLV gets a fighting chance here.
It's going to be a hooking penalty coming at 19:32. Didn't really see a hook right there. I saw a couple of other things, but a hook was not one of them. And UNLV has burned their timeout.
One more intriguing things that we can keep an eye on during this whole season is those who watch Matt Shasby his time as a UAA player and also with the Alaska Aces knows he was kind of a quiet assassin, very stoic kind of player. We've already seen a couple of instances of the exaggerated coach, come on!
Yeah.
And kind of see him mature into this role. If you're a guy like me who's known him for the better part of 20 years, I think that's going to be one of the fun things to watch here as UAA builds this up the next several games, seasons, what have you. A lot of fun to be had there to see Matt kind of mature into this head coach material. Now he's been coaching both at the youth level, high school level, and all that sort of thing, so he knows kind of what that's all about. But again, being the kind of player he was such a quiet guy. Big moment here for the Seawolves here in these final 27.6 seconds.
So the penalty actually on Alex Gomez, not on Connor Merritt, so 74, not 14. Barry with it for UNLV. Shot off the right pad of Nolan Kent. Down to 20 seconds to play. UNLV controls in the Seawolf end. Back to the point it goes. Pass given off, and it went off the skates. Back now to Barry on the left half wall. Barry takes a return feed. 6 seconds left, and that one's deflected up into the netting. We're down to 3.5 seconds. A lot of time wasted there by UNLV trying to set something up instead of trying to get something to the net. So with 3.5 seconds left, the draw will be to the right of Nolan Kent. Seawolves win the draw, and they're going to win this hockey game as it is sent down the ice. That's going to do it. So very different story than what we saw here last night, but a lot of credit goes to UNLV. They really showed up. They played very hard, and I thought for good portions of this game, they played very well. Got some really good goaltending tonight from Landon Pavilson, who we saw for half of the game last night. But it just wasn't quite enough as UAA scores a goal late in the second, a goal early in the third, and William Gilson takes the game winner at 5:26 of that third period on the power play. So a pair of power play goals for UAA tonight. And the way they started the game on the power play was a bit of a struggle, as they were 0 for their first 3. before Matt Allen finally connected late in that second period. And then Gilson tallied again on the power play early in the third, like I said. So couple of nice wins for the Seawolves. If you were coming into this game expecting it to be similar to last night, that's understandable. But again, like I said, give UNLV a lot of credit. They definitely showed up. They played a very simple game, and it showed. It showed in the result. They got good goaltending, and their penalty kill tonight was, I thought, really, really good. So as the handshakes continue on the ice, these two teams will see each other again in just about a month down in Las Vegas, as UAA will close out a long road trip that takes them through Air Force, Arizona State, and then to Las Vegas, where they will play UNLV and then Liberty at T-Mobile Arena. So definitely nice for the confidence of the Seawolves after coming off a couple of really tough weekends against Western Michigan and Colorado College. UAA comes home, gets a relatively easy win last night. Tonight, though, they had to earn it. They worked hard for it, and UNLV showed them that last night was a bit of a mirage. So as the players skate around, they'll make their way off the ice after they shed their jerseys because they were all auctioned off during the game. Then the players will head off the ice, take their helmets off, probably take their shoulder pads off, and then come back out and skate with the kids that are here to skate with the Seawolves. So they're announcing right now the winners of the auction, the jersey auction, as the players slowly make their way off the ice. And then we'll throw it down to Matt to see if he's able to grab a player down there and get some final thoughts. So let's go to Matt.
Thanks a lot, David. Here with Matt Shasby. And Matt, I guess the logical first question is, why was tonight so much different than last night in your mind?
I'm putting it all on the effort of UNLV. They came out, they played hard, they deserved to be in that hockey game. Very, very proud of that team to come out and play the way that they did. And we just didn't show up. The first period, there were no emotion, lifeless, and that's you're gonna find yourself in hockey games if you don't play with emotion.
What kind of a learning experience? I mean, a win's a win and all that, but then I was thinking as that kind of wore on and you guys couldn't find the net and couldn't do this and couldn't do that, there's got to be some learning moments in there. What will you teach these guys about tonight?
Yeah, it's that you have to show up and you got to be ready to play, and you can't play the game unless you're engaged, unless you're passionate about the outcome, and we weren't the first two periods for the most part. And you know, going into Northern Michigan next weekend it was a good wake-up call here tonight.
We talked at the beginning of the night about the jersey auction and the whole night for the American Cancer Society. The final total ends up being $6,300. Max Helgeson gets the ego boost with $1,000 and most bids on his jersey. Kind of your takeaway from the evening and kind of what that figure might mean to you, your first thoughts on that number.
Yeah, it's a great cause, and very proud for our group to be a part of it. And when we set out, I think it was just to participate in something that gives back to the community, and everybody that participated in it did an amazing job. Thank the Benton Bay Lions Club for running the online auction, and we're happy to be donating that money to such a great cause.
Thanks for your time, Shaz. Best of luck on the road trip. David, back to you.
Thanks, Matt. And a couple of words stick out in what Matt Shasby had to say, and that's emotion, passion, and lifeless. So, you know, if you don't play with emotion, you don't play with passion, you're going to find yourself in a hockey game, is what Matt said, and that's really what we saw tonight. Again, he gave a ton of credit to UNLV, as they deserved a ton of credit tonight. They came out, they played very well, especially after getting shellacked last night like they did. It would have been really easy for them just to come in, roll over, play it out, and go home to Las Vegas, but they didn't do that. They came, they worked really hard, and they tested this Seawolf team, and I think that's probably a good thing for the Seawolves to get a test like that. The last thing you need with a young team getting ready to go on a pretty tough road trip, I think, is 2 cakewalks. And they definitely had to work for tonight's game, so credit UNLV for that. But again, if you come out and you play without passion and without emotion and are just trying to go through the process, if you will, you're going to find yourself in tough hockey games. And as you play better competition, those 2-1 scores become 8-0 scores the other way really quick.
Matt Shasby's one of those guys that always tells it like it is. Usually throws a little bit of glib in there, a little bit of sense of humor, but that was pretty straightforward about the fact that they just needed to be better and they weren't. And that's sort of a problem, but also I think it works out in their benefit in the long run in terms of kind of what we say all the time. Building, we're building, we're building, we're building. We don't know what everything's going to look like yet. A true test coming next weekend as they travel to Houghton, Michigan, and Northern Michigan. It's going to be a big deal for them. But again, another chance to kind of keep building, keep learning, and I'm intrigued to see what changes they can make.
Yeah, and I think as we've seen the first couple of weeks with Western Colorado College and then this week as well, it's a learning experience. This is a very young hockey team still. You got a lot of freshmen, a lot of kids still trying to figure out how to play the college game. And, it doesn't help when you have guys like Tisdale and Kanash on the bench, two of your veteran leaders who are out injured right now. So it's these kids are trying to learn how to play the game at this level. And now, after last night into tonight, it's trying to do it consistently as well.
Right, and that's asking a lot. We're talking about 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old kids. Again, not kids. They've been playing at the very highest level they can possibly play for a long time. But, yeah, tonight's a little bit of a hiccup. They got a lot to prove. They got a lot to improve on. And that first test comes next week when they go into a hostile environment. And, Northern Michigan, known very isolated, maybe even more isolated than Anchorage and Houghton, Michigan. And so that fan base is kind of rabid. That experience will be kind of no. But then you got a kid like Connor Merritt who's transferred from there, knows everything about it.
Right.
So he's going to be able to talk to those teammates and tell them what's what. And it'll be all this is fun. Let's just see how the fun unfolds, win or loss. It really shouldn't matter to anyone who's following this team or interested in it at all.
Yeah. In fact, Connor Merritt and Nolan Kent both transferred from Marquette down here. So a little bit of a homecoming, if you will, for those two. But interested to see how next week plays out. It's going to be a long month off here, month and a half until the boys are back on home ice here in Anchorage. But until then, hopefully they go out there, they work hard, and can maybe pick up a win or two along the way and continue the process that this season is.
And I got another month to think about what color hat I'll wear at the next home game.
Yeah,
so.
you got plenty of time. And, my daughter's going to be really good with a shovel by then, so next time we're home, she's going to be killing it out there on the ice. So that's it for tonight. That's enough.
That is enough.
It was a fun weekend here. UAA 2, UNLV 1. That's our final score tonight. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here December 2nd as the Seawolves host Simon Fraser. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night.